Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Dadlife. Plasti dip. It's been around for 20, 30, 40 years, something like that. It has been used for many applications more recently in the car community. Shout out to Dip Your Car. I'll put a link in the description down below. If you've never heard or used Plasti dip and you're into modifying cars, motorcycles, anything like that, music where you can modify drum sets, instruments, stuff like that. Anyway, if you're into all that kind of stuff, check out dipyourcar.com. Check out their YouTube channel, dipyourcar.com. And your mind's going to be blown at how easy it is to change the color of anything and peel it off and not adversely affect the paint or the surface beneath. So what are we doing? My 99 Corvette, the Mistress. I recently did the wide body fenders from Corvette Creations. Shout out, they fit amazing, pre-drilled and all. I'll put a link in the description for that. And I need to paint it. So we're gonna pause right there because the baby's crying. So I need to paint them to match the car. So if you haven't seen yet, the Corvette is a pewter metallic, which is, as people have seen in the auto industry, it's never super easy to match metallic paint, especially one of which is probably 20 years old now, 21 years old, something like that, if I can do my math right. So what ends up happening is you have to blend into adjacent panels such as the door, probably the rear bumper, part of the deck lid, and what does that mean? The cost just keeps going up. So instead of maybe, say, $200 worth of paint and clear, pay a buddy or a shop $500, $600 to do the job, it probably won't match perfect. And if you don't care and it's close, then you're okay. There are body shops that say they will stand by 100% paint match, which is great, but at the same time, that's also still $500-600. You can go the cheap route and do Mako, and nothing against Mako, a lot against Mako. No, I'm kidding. You can go the Mako route. You could probably spend $500 there, get the whole car redone, but that's just not something I want to do. I'd rather do it myself. So Plasti dip. Here's a picture from a few years ago. I dipped my whole car sapphire blue pearl. It was my first ever dip job of that scale. I had done the back of the bumper before, and I think I might have did a set of wheels. Regardless, it turned out pretty damn good for my first time. Did I have mistakes? Of course. It's your first time doing something new. The texture actually turned out pretty damn good also for never painting a car in my life before, and it's a very similar, probably the exact same technique. We'll get into all that. So what are we going to do? I'm not going to just Plasti dip the whole car because, again, I want to be budget friendly this time, but I also want to be a little more unique. So now what you're seeing is, now that Dip Your Car and everyone has been dipping their cars for probably 7, 8, 9, whatever years now, it's also now hard to differentiate between that, because if you say I'll do a color shift, someone's already done a color shift. If you type in, Corvette blue, dip, matte, it's been done most likely, or very similar. So again, the uniqueness kind of goes down a little bit. So what are we going to do today? I always wanted to try camo. Now hold it right there. I'm not going crazy. It's not going to be a whole car camo. I'm going to do something a little different. It may turn out awesome. It may be a complete fail, and then I might have to peel it or just rethink it and kind of redip the whole car, just silver or something, just to get me by until money is higher to do that. So we are going to work on doing a little design that I came up with, American flag camo. And I think we're going to call it the Americaaa. I'm already thinking of names and it's not even done, but it's in my head and it's on a piece of paper. So let's go. All right, guys, so we are back at the vet and we can see the wide body fenders. They are 2 inches wider, and you can see how much it adds to the vet. Fit awesome. Anyway, they come from the factory in black primer. So what I did was I hit it with 2000, I'll have to check, but basically I wet sanded it down, give it a nice smooth finish. That way it's ready for dipping, because even though you don't have to sand anything before dip, the smoother the surface is to start, the better the final product will be. Just some of the products we're going to be using. First color, gunmetal gray Plasti dip, the pre-dip spray microfiber towel. That'll wipe off any residue, wax, or grease. and we're gonna go get some painter's tape, some tape and drape, and jump. All right, guys, so this is first sheet taped up for the first color for the camo dip. Tape and drape, the fine line tape here. So basically all we're worried about is the inner line here, and then here the fine line, because that's where we're gonna peel the dip when wet. Back taped it with tape and drape. Not worried about this too much, because again, it's not gonna produce too much overspray, and it's not a dipped surface, and it's really easy to buff out. You can see first shape, we're starting to get 50%, maybe 70% coverage. But you can see this is where the body molding used to be, so that's not my dip lines, but you could see the difference. So we don't have anything near full coverage yet. We're obviously peelability, tech tip. Hot water, soak your cans in between coats. Shake, 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 shake your cans. Sorry, that was lame, I know. Clean off the nozzle of the spray can before you spray. Shake some more. Always do a quick spray out on here, or a surface like here. And again, full coverage, overlapping passes. Don't be too close, because then it's going to pull and run. Don't be too far, you're going to just spit it and get texture. I also just want to show you, so I've done tack coat, I think I'm into 3 coats so far. And in terms of, oh my god, there's overspray everywhere, there's not. Because again, it's a controlled spray. If you know what you're doing and you take your time, mask off what you know you have to. I missed this little spot here, so you can see some gray, there you go, gray overspray on a raw black fender. But again, this is getting dipped, so it's not a big deal, it's just a little overspray. Also, what you'll see, I can show you now as this is drying, here's the fine line tape, and this is going to be my peel and wet here, here, and here. And what I do is, if you can see that, I wrap painter's tape around the edges of the blue fine line, and I call them pull taps. So then I know on my last coat, very last coat, man, wet it out, wet it out, wet it out, and then now you're going to look at this and you're going to say, Dante, you dipped your whole car before, and you own the dip sprayer system, so you're insane. Why are you taking a step backwards and using rattle can? Oh my god. Cost effectiveness, honestly. So a can of gunmetal, I already had it. So far I'm into it, $6 for 1 can of, I think I bought a can of white. I'm using all the leftover colors I've accrued over the years. Recommend to use a gun? Yeah, if you have the gun. But be mindful, the gallons are roughly 50 to 60-ish dollars a gallon. And you're using, depending on, again, if you're doing something like me, you're using 1/4 of a gallon per color, maybe, you know? So that's a lot to invest. I mean, at that point, in my opinion, you might as well just dip the whole car if you're going to spend $200, $300 in the amount of gallons. So we're gonna keep with this, and we're gonna see how this turns out. I am gonna wrap part 1 of the video there, because I don't want 20-30-minute videos here. So we're gonna hop back in tomorrow. Tune in the next video, part 2, Dadlife, part 1.